I'm not going to talk too long, but I am going to talk a minute. There's no way I can tell you as I look around this room how grateful I am for you people and who you are and the fact that you guys some of you came from a long-ass way to celebrate my birthday. I'm very grateful. Thank you. It's not unappreciated. I'm very thankful. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how this happened. Phil is the gentleman that furnished the food, is an unbelievable award-winning chef, and he's been a friend. He's actually a tennis player, which makes him even more important friend. And we met through an odd circumstance. My tennis pro's daughter worked in one of his restaurants, Roth and Daughters, and said, "Man, the acoustics are terrible," and we became friends after that. So. And ironically, I traded those meals for food back then. It's like, yeah, man, this thing sounds great. Good. Well, I'll take 5 people and on Thursday night, your best day. So the 2 bartenders are, God, I've practiced this all day long. I keep calling her Leslie, and that's not her name. It's Lindsay. So... But I'm terrible with names. I had 2 people who worked with me one time named Craig and Greg, and we almost got in a fist fight because I could never get that straight. So Lindsay and her husband Paul are people I met with my friend Don Barnes, and we were having dinner one night, and Lindsay just lit up the room as the bartender. And so I found out her and her husband are a really cool musical team, and they're called Thistle and Oak. And if you look them up somewhere, their music's really good. And they're also 2 of the sweetest people in the world. So about 1995, God, maybe it's a little later than that, I saw in a paper where it said that this band called Here Come the Mummies was playing in a nightclub. And I thought, Halloween night, I'll go. And so I grew up in Louisiana. If you couldn't play guitar as good as Joe Bonamassa, you were going to work in an average bar there. I mean, those musicians really transposed my life into something that was completely different. And so I fell in love with this band. Nobody knows who they are, but I tracked them down until I figured out who they were. They played at my 60th birthday. They played at my 65th birthday. 70th, I don't know, and they're playing at this one, and so time flies by when you're having fun. But they're playing at this one. If you've never seen them before, it's not really a band; it's an experience. And so, please feel free to dance, whatever you feel like doing. They really are wonderful people, although they won't talk to you, and you'll never know that. And so. Yeah, exactly. So the place we're in is a place called Home, and the 2 gentlemen that work here are absolutely 2 of the nicest people in the world. And what they do is this place was built as a nonprofit in order to help people who don't have an opportunity to go to a real recording studio or to have someplace to work. So they let. I don't want to say misfortune because none of us in this country are misfortune. But you can come here and be a member and be able to use these studios, which is a really cool idea. So we looked around a lot of venues. We decided that this one was something that we really wanted to be a part of. So we're grateful for the guys at Banks and I got to look at his name too. It's terrible. I know his damn name. I just can't ever remember anything. Kaysen. Where's Kaysen? Thank you, Kaysen. I'm just not good with names. I barely remember mine. So, yeah, thank you. The last one of these parties, somebody screamed, "Open your eyes, motherfucker!" I'm like, So Allison made me promise that I wouldn't push it off the ship. So, as you get older, your friends are the most important thing in the world. And I guess T.O., wherever T.O. is, T.O. is my oldest friend. We've known each other since the 70s in Louisiana. Actually, for 70s for sure. Are you that old? You must have been a little kid. Okay. And then I have 2 brothers here. No, not that kind of brothers. They're brothers from a broken rubber. But honestly, I have two friends that I love more than anything in the world. I love all of y'all, but Steve Henning would jump in front of a bullet for me, and I really believe that. He's been the most loving person in the world. If you want to talk to somebody that understands what love's all about, he is, and his whole family is. And then Gary Backman, where are you? Okay, so Gary actually did jump in front of the bullet. I got into a fight one night in 12th and Porter, and all I remember was him grabbing me by the seat of my pants and my shirt and taking me out of the fight. So it was really kind of shocking, because the next thing, the police had me up against the wall. We lost some friends this year that were very close to me. One was Tom Moores. He was also one of the family. Lynn Cawthorn, there's no way to explain to you what Lynn Cawthorn was about. Allison hardly ever cries, but Lynn Cawthorn actually made her cry. And then Dr. Gene Petronas, who was one of my mentors, and really was somebody that was wonderful and fun. And he was a professor of acoustics at Georgia Tech. And then when we go out drinking, he was just another motherfucker having a great time, which was so much fun. Because this guy could go off all these formulas and stuff, and next thing you know, we're like, which doesn't happen. So I'm 75, and I'm trying to give back to the kids that are there. So I want to talk about, I want to go real quick through this. Zach Henning back there is Steve Henning's son, and he's a phenomenal guitar player, and really somebody that's going to be a star. And then Will, where's Will? Will. So Will's dad worked at the Speedway, and I was the chief technology officer at the Speedway. And one day he came in the office and he goes, "Hey man, I know this is weird, but my son needs a job." I'm like, "Oh great, that's just what we need, some kid, you know." Will turned out to be one of the most amazing human beings in the whole world. He actually took over my position at Indy. He's now the chief technology officer at Indy, and is doing a great job. It couldn't go to anybody better. Somewhere is Zan. I don't know where Zan is. Zan wandered into my life, and she's back there in the corner. She wandered into my life, and she's 23. She's written 2 soundtracks for Disney movies. She's an unbelievable artist. But on top of that, she's just an amazing human being, and is really just all of a sudden, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks' time, is a member of our family, and we're grateful to have her. And then Matt, where are you? Anyway, so I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I enjoy every day. I go to work every day. I can't wait to go to work. And Matt came along. He's an architect, and we just sort of meshed together, because the things that I do, I'm not very, I sort of wander, you know. And we'll be talking about something. I'll change the subject in the middle of it. But Matt's really, and Matt will stay very focused and work things out. So it's been a real blessing. What's that? I may do that now, you know. Yeah, that's the funny thing is, probably every one of you, certainly the older friends, know some story that if you told somebody we did, they'd go, "Oh yeah, sure, I'm sure y'all did that shit," you know. No, we really did. Some of them are definitely not for work, I promise you. So the next thing I want to do is something I've never done before. Elliot, will you come up here? Where's Natalie? Come up here. Madam, this is Brooke, my daughter-in-law. Would you come up here too? I almost called you my sister-in-law. It's Tennessee. Give me a break. So these are my 2 children. I couldn't be more proud. I'm the luckiest man in the world. We've had a wonderful life together. And so I couldn't let them off the stage without telling them a story. So I have something about a heart attack. I don't know. I just get panic about a heart attack. And so one of the 4 or 5 trips I took to St. Thomas, Natalie is a nurse. What is it? Doctor? Whatever?
Practitioner.
Doc practitioner. I don't know. She's got a PhD. They told me the last one they say she's going to put me in the nicest nursing home money could buy. That's honestly true. But anyway, so I'm in her emergency room. Elliot runs in. "Dad, you okay? Dad, you okay?" "Oh, yeah, I'm fine, man. You sure?" "Oh, yeah, they do all the time. Fine." Natalie, on the other hand, is on the 4th floor, and about 45 minutes later, she's coming down the elevator. And I'm laying in an emergency room, and they're doing all these tests on me and shit. And so Natalie gets to the elevator, and there's 2 or 3 other docs on there, and she goes, where are you going, Natalie? Oh, my dad's having a heart attack, or he thinks he is in the emergency room. And they're like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. I hope he's okay. Oh, fuck no. He's probably smoking too much dope or something. True story. True story. So when my children were old enough to know better, and boy, you really don't want to hear the stories they've been through. I told them, I said, look, no matter what happens, I'll come get you. I don't care what it is. There's no questions asked. I won't be mad. I'll come get you. Right? So Allison and I have been living together about 2 years. And my phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, shit. And it's Elliot. He's like, Dad? I said, yeah. He goes, you remember when you told me you'd come get me? No questions asked? Yeah, I'll be happy to. And he said, well, you need to come get me. I said, all right. Where are you? He said, well, I'm out on Hillsborough Road. I said, really? Yeah. I said, where are you on Hillsborough Road? There's so many police cars. You can't miss us at all. True story. True story. But I want you to know, I couldn't be more proud of my 2 kids. They're wonderful. Oh, no, trust me. They're minor. And these 2 gave me the 2 most precious grandchildren on the planet, all at the same time. So we had like one of those identity gender things, and it's like, oh, shit. Twins, but they're beautiful. Thank you. I love you. Okay, then there's one more person here. Somebody changed my life about 20 years ago. And I'm going to try to do this without crying. And so I didn't realize what it was like, first of all, to have a dictator looking for a country that loves you more than anything in the world. But I have learned more and respect more from this woman than any person I've ever met in my whole life. This would not be possible without Allison Hines. Would you mind marching your fine little hiney up here? There's no fucking way I'm telling you a story about this. But I just want you to know this woman is unusual and very special, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. Okay, so I can't believe you guys came to my party. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. So what do I do now? Cut it off? I told you. Management has asked me to leave the microphone. Hey, you guys, that's Phil walking out of the room, and Phil's a genius. I mean, he really is. He also plays golf. What's his name? What happened? Well, I know that. They know that. Yeah, it's on the. You set it out on the. Oh, hey, I rest my case. Holy shit. How long have we been doing this? I'm sitting in a bar, minding my own business, reading a book. True. And the next thing I know, she's sitting next to me, down, and D, wherever D is. D's sitting between us. And I'm like, I just want to be alone. I've been through a lot of bullshit. I just want to, and I just wanted to, like, not have any experience. And I looked up, and she made more faces and more laughing in 10 minutes than most people I know. And we've never been apart since. And I think that was like, I got to cut it off.